Alrighty. Demos, you there? I think we may have lost Demos.
I am here
Oh,
indeed.
there you are. So we
Glad to
got
be back.
Tariq on Oldhim and another Phi. Well, this is going to be a common theme, I think, over at these top tables here.
Yeah, I mean, it's Oldhim has been insanely powerful since he came out, in all honesty, and he's only received constant and powerful support. Um, I mean, I've been a big fan of his since day one, and I do really think that he is very, very strong. So we're jumping into this one on turn 2. Turn 0, Tariq looks like we played a Macho Grande, pushed some damage, and Tariq likes his hand. He's just taking some damage off the Phi here. Seeing if we see a block on Searing Ember Blade or not. But no big surprises off the gear from these heroes. Tariq bringing Stalagmite, which is an amazing card. It requires no investment, and it blocks for 11, which is insane. Because that Frostbite is just so powerful.
A little bit of greed. I
Oh,
guess it
so
was
we're seeing
blue.
a Snatch for 3 here. We're triggering the effect of Shuko, and that's going to be a blue Snatch, favorite of a lot of 5 players these days. Tariq must really like his hand if he's debating this. Additionally, we didn't see an Ice React from Tariq this turn as well, so this looks like a very aggressive disruptive hand rather than a passively disruptive hand. So that Sink Below isn't going to make its way into Arsenal. But Phi is going to use that ability, bring Phoenix Flame back. I appreciate that the players are rearranging. Oh, so we're just seeing a Frostfang here. Interesting. It's a good card. It lets Oldhim pretend to be Icelander a little bit and force that discard. So here we're discarding. Is that a? Oh, we're discarding a Spreading Flames. Fair enough. Spreading Flames, not always the best card in this matchup because it loses so much value off of the effect of an Oldhim Ice React. Are we starting with Blaze Headlong with no go again, it looks like? Or no go again currently.
Well,
There's
he
always
played.
tools to give a go again.
Did he not play
Oh,
Rise?
sorry. Yes, yeah. He played Rise from the Ashes to no effect there. Yes, my bad. I didn't see that.
Yeah, so that's the first thing he did there, and he popped it
All
off.
right, I got you. Blocking with the Autumn's Touch, and there's the Ice React. So we're taking 4 damage because that Blaze Headlong was buffed from Rise from the Ashes. There's the Phoenix Flame coming out of Arsenal, and we're replacing it. So Tariq's Tunic's on 3 now. Always important because now you get a free Crown of Seeds with that card that you're about to Arsenal. And here we go. We're seeing the very soon to be banned Winter's Wail, giving that Frostbite over to Brandon.
Justifiably so. Oh, he just took it. Took the frostbite. I guess he had a blue in his hand already too.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to block 4 as Phi, right? You know, maybe you're running 3 Sink Belows, but other than that, it's almost never worth committing 2 cards or a card plus one of your useful combo pieces. Oh, interesting. So we did see the spreading flames come out here, which would have been, a that makes this turn ripe for that ice react coming off of Oldhim. So that's blue Lava Vein Loyalty, made slightly not as terrible by the effect of spreading flames. Oh, and we're seeing Blizzard come out now. And Brandon has the spare blue to pay through it.
He can still ice react as well.
He definitely can.
I don't think he
But
will.
at this point, if you're stalagmiting, I don't know. Unless you stalagmite and then ice react to try and deny the follow up sword swing. But even then, that's not. I mean, it's a decent use of stalagmite, but it's not the dream use of stalagmite that you really want it to be. Tariq looking down, another 3 damage off of this Phoenix Flame, and presumably 1 more off of the next. There's Feasibility, or sorry, and 2 more off the next because Spreading Flames is still active.
Just thinking.
At this point, you're thinking, this would be a good time to trigger that Mask of the Pouncing Lynx. You're definitely rupturing. You're hitting Chainlink 4, and Salt the Wound would be coming in for a good amount of damage as well. You really have your options available to you. Although I think Lava Burst does more just on the basis of getting that buff off of Spreading Flames. So we're thinking about the block here. Yeah, so we're throwing the other piece of armor at it, preventing that Mask of the Pouncing Lynx going off. Which, you wonder, do you want to trigger it this early in the first place, et cetera, et cetera. But we're seeing Spinal Crush come out here.
Big oof. And he has a Sync Blow in his hand.
Oh, he has a Sync Blow in his hand, so we can cleanly block this with 2 cards, unless that last card in Tarek's hand is a Pummel, which it very well could be. We've got 1 resource and the Tunic is online.
That would hurt.
We'll see how Brandon navigates this.
Oh, Sneaky Ninja. So he's gonna throw out the for 6. He's gonna block. Is this for 6? I believe so.
So Spinal Crush is coming
Resentment's
in for
2.
9. The magic number to block is 6.
6. But resentment. If he blocks resentment's only for 2. So Rising Resentment only blocks for 2. I don't know what the other card is.
I mean, any 2 plus that Sync Below would cover the 6. It just wouldn't cover a potential pummel. The problem with Oldhim is he's always so eager to arsenal those cards because of Crown of Seeds, especially when that Tunic counter is up, that you don't know if the threat is Tunic counter. Oh, wow. So we've got a lot happening here. So that's 3 cards.
That's interesting that he did that. Because now he's only going to have Arsenal Pass.
Yeah, but I'm presuming we're arsenaling that Sync Below.
Yeah. Oh, he gets flip next turn. Yeah, that's true. You're right.
And it's definitely a gamble because you're hoping Tariq doesn't draw anything too disruptive here.
Yep.
But the problem is, even when Oldhim isn't disruptive, he can still represent an easy, 12 damage on the turn.
No, the question is if he took Go Again, which I'm going to guess he did, so he could then swing there.
I would imagine has to be go again when you've got 2 cards left in your hand.
Yeah.
Plus your arsenal.
Yeah. So you can swing with the
And a
hammer
tunic
after this.
counter.
He'll have probably ice hammer after this.
It could be, or it could be, just pitch a blue, play, I don't know, possibly crush the weak if he's running it in the deck. I don't think people are running it that much these days. Maybe some people are.
It could
I
also
can't
be
say I'm
Okanold.
too up to date. Interesting that we're choosing to block with cards
Oh
that
my!
are not. Oh, we've got the other Enlightened Strike. Alrighty.
Why not?
So possibly threatening the 14 damage turn here. Oh no, here we go. Okay. So this one is +2 damage, so it's just the 12 damage. Um, and then we're
6.
going to arsenal the last card. So we're covering 6 of it. We're taking 1. But again, 5 blocked with 4 cards on a hand that offered 0 disruption. So it must have been. It looks like that was pretty awkward. He was holding a razor. I think he blocked with a razor reflex there. Brandon
Yeah.
did. I'm not 100% sure, but now Tariq's got another 5-card hand.
I'm surprised to see
Um,
Razor is that it's ran in Vi. He has so much in it go again with his attacks. I don't think he really needs it.
he does, but the fact that it is a react and can be sneaky helps against certain decks. I don't know if it necessarily helps against Oldhim, who has access to plentiful react of his own. But that being said, maybe you're running Razor as a tech to beat Ice React.
True.
Oh, here we go, Winter's Bite. And Brandon doesn't have Tunic to pay for it because we're running Flamescale Furnace instead.
Oh, Eruption is
We're
gone.
pitching Lava Burst,
Upper's gone.
knowing that we're not going to be able to keep enough cards to run it. We're playing Cranial Crush out. So we're threatening 8 damage, and we're possibly threatening to deny card draw here, turning off Art of Wars.
Well, he just took it.
Indeed.
So Minnow was Belittle doesn't draw a card. It fetches the card, right?
No. Adding a card to your hand is different from drawing a card,
Yeah. So I think he
which
could.
is a very specific thing. And here we are.
Yep. A rules lawyer to the rescue. Yeah, he
Now,
could.
is that blue? Oh, no. That looks like a belittle pitch to play a belittle.
What color Belittle is that? That's I don't know. If that's blue or
I'm
red.
assuming, I don't think people are running blues. It could be a red or it could be a yellow.
Yellow, yeah. And then
Unfortunately, the glare is making it a bit of a challenge.
glare is strong with this one.
So we are fully blocking this one out.
Yeah, usually we have something over the camera, but it was such a pain to get this camera set up today that well,
Yeah,
I'll see if I can do something. I know for top 8 we won't it won't be like this.
that'll be all right. We still understand what's going on. We know what's happening. Um, at this point, Tarek, you've got the life lead, which is rare enough against, or it's where you want to be against Vi. It's not necessarily rare.
Yeah.
Um,
Ooh, block with command
and
blocker.
at this point, you're probably happy to just block out. You've got that free damage prevention floating off of Crown. You've got the extra card in hand, and maybe you're
He might ice
you might
react
just be
now.
happy to sit back and swing Winter's Wail, Winter's Wail, Winter's Wail here.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna tuck it in the bottom of the deck. Come at him for the 1. Or 2. It's 2, right? I think, maybe? No,
No, it should still be 1 because Red
he took
Belittle
it.
and uh, Red Rising Resentment both had
So he didn't want a pouncing links there, it looks like.
no.
Not
You
not worth. Oh, he's using
I mean,
Sylvan
choosing the
Strike.
moment where you pouncing links matters a lot. And here we see the third E strike coming off of Tariq.
At least you know they're
It's
gone. In this case.
yeah, they're gone, but you know what? In all honesty, there's still 2 other Spinal Crushes in there, right? There's still other Frost Fangs. I think there's still 2 C and Cs unaccounted for. There's no shortage of disruption in Tariq's deck.
Oh, I know.
And
I
in
just
all honesty, in most instances, if I'm a Fi, I'd be happy
Hmm.
taking E-Strike. Oh, cool, I can eat some damage and return more. But Brandon chose to block with 4 cards because of that awkward hand on the turn where 2 E-Strikes were played against him. So it'll be interesting to see.
Okay, this
This
hand
hand
makes
he
sense.
likes a lot better. We're going real low. We're getting into that, hammer, hammer, hammer territory if it comes to that.
Revealing Soul Beat Strike.
We're seeing another Belittle turn, pitching a blue Fluster Fist, so there's going to be lots of resources available, which is telling Tariq that, Blizzard probably not going to be the best card in the world here. Using your second Stalagmite, probably not the best option in the world here.
We might
So
see.
we'll see how he navigates it.
We might see
And
a ice
even
react.
Ice React, probably not the best option in the world here, which are normally, what Oldhim likes playing against Fi.
I'd be really interested in seeing this Vi's deck list because I mean, this blue Soul Beat Strikes is in there, and I think that's Flustered Fist blue there as well.
Yeah, which I don't think are super, super rare and super uncommon because they are, blue block 3 ninja attacks that
Yep.
come in for 2 damage,
Hmm.
um, which is, they're fine.
Oh,
Oh, we see Spinal Crush coming out for the block. So either, and there's Blaze Headlong coming in for 4.
with the go again.
Indeed.
I think he should be at 1 resource. Oh no, that's 0. Oh boy.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's a good card. 0 for 4 with Go Again. In the decks that run it, it's very handy. It's the efficient damage that Fi's really good at. We haven't really seen a massive combo
Sink.
turn from Fi's at all. So we're sink below, sinking. Taking 3 damage off of Searing Emberblade because we know the card we want to block the least because you can't Pouncing Links off of it.
He took it.
Well, your only alternative here would be offering an entire card or armor.
3. Does he block this
So
one?
we're seeing 3 off of the Soul Bead Strike. Interesting.
I mean, there's that Soul Beat Strike I was criticizing before coming in handy,
Yeah.
causing Tariq to really think on his
I mean,
play.
yeah, if you're Tarek, you've got a decent life lead, which is still dangerous. You're probably still blocking it and then just responding with a hammer, right? Because at this
Ah,
point, oh,
okay.
but we're giving it Snapdragon Scalers anyways.
I'll say nothing.
Oh no, oh sorry, that was a Razor Reflex, not a Snapdragon Scalers.
You know what?
All right.
He can get the Salt the Wound right now, but is it not better to
Uh,
throw out a? Oh, he already threw out a bird. Oh, eruption.
Lava Burst is better just because of how many attacks have
Oh
been
no, no,
blocked
you're
in his
right,
chain
right.
link.
I thought for some reason I thought there was
Yeah,
more than 3 hit.
and there you go. Brandon's Razor Reflex Gambit did pay off.
Both cards I've criticized actually came in handy.
Well, I mean, Soul Bead Strike could have been any blue ninja attack. It didn't really matter which one it was.
But it was Soul Beat that gave the
Um,
go again regardless. Such a good card.
well, Razor Reflex would have given it Go Again anyways, right?
Mm. So he lost a bunch of health there and brought himself back
Yeah,
potentially in this game.
you blocked with 3 cards and you still lost 9 life, and you're coming in with a hammer
Warm Hammer.
that,
Because he
yep,
could block really with
you're
just a
not
sink
threatening the
below.
Frostbite.
He could just sink below that. And yeah,
He
maybe
could.
he's going to want to because you don't want to just die to some dominated hammer. Or dominated
Yeah,
pummel or
the
anything.
issue is the fact that you're playing the sink below, or the fact that you drew the sink below means that, like, Fi's 3 card hands they're good, but they're not, you're not afraid of them when you're on 7 life. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because I mean,
Oh, and
here
the Lynx is
Tarek's
gone.
probably happy taking a bit of a reset. Block with 2 cards, maybe throw out some 2 card disruption, and then boom, you're right back in it. Talking with Macho Grande, a good option.
Get
You
that
know,
dominate out of here.
Brandon's still representing 3 armor actually between Shuko and the last point of Furnace there. So
Did he forget to
There's
pick
some
up his
strong
student?
options available, and there's that other Blaze Headlong, always so strong.
Oh wow. Okay, so he actually is going to get away with murder.
Yeah. So I mean, Phi off of 3 cards is still threatening what 11 damage, which is just really good, broken up in inconvenient ways.
Hmm.
Tariq probably thinking about, how low how low does he want to go here, knowing that Brandon still has 3 points of armor up on the board.
He still has armor though too. He could just block with that hand, block with the shield, and use his
You
headpiece.
could, but that
At least the
you
headpiece and
could,
one
but
card.
yeah, I mean, you could go to 1, you could throw some armor at it, you could do a lot of things. I don't think you're committing the shield here because Brandon can just pay through the frostbite for Phi's ability anyways,
That's true.
because it would cost 0, making it cost 1 doesn't matter.
He had the legs though. At least he had the legs, chest piece, and arm. Or legs, headpiece, and
Yeah,
arm.
but that chest piece is going up to 3 next turn, which means it becomes a free 1 damage prevention off of Crown anyways. Oh, interesting. Brandon choosing to Arsenal that Phoenix Flame because there wouldn't have been the damage bonus off of it from tearing Shuko.
Oh god, this card.
Oh,
It's
and
got some
here we
easy
see
cards.
Spinal Crush coming out. Uh, yeah, we've got Spinal Crush coming out, and it's leaving Tariq without an arsenal, which
He
is, yeah.
he
So we are
just threw
blocking
it
with
all out
all
there.
of the armor, taking
Yep.
2 damage, which I think is an interesting choice. You could have kept your Flame Scale Furnace to block a breakpoint on a hammer potentially later. But is that Engulfing Flame Wave? It is. Well, if that's a no-brainer block, I don't know what is. Tarek probably just debating about whether it's 2 cards or whether it's 1 card and some armor.
Hmm.
Because Brandon's arsenal is just that Phoenix Flame. So it's not like it's going to be threatening too much damage on the follow-up. There's no extra cards in hand because of the
Uh-oh, the
block off the
table
Spinal
moved.
Crush.
And he did block efficiently on that last turn. Well, I think he could have kept one more card in his hand, but he did block as efficiently as he could the turn.
Yeah. Tarek here maybe looking for a bit of a reset. Block with 2 cards, swing a hammer, arsenal something, enjoy the benefits of Crown off the Tunic counter next turn. Or depending on how disruptive that hand is, maybe you block with 1 card, throw some armor at it, and then, throw whatever disruption you've got to keep stripping 2, 3 cards at a time off of Brandon's hand as you slowly chip that life down
This one doesn't
until
have
you're
go
both
again,
playing
does
the
it?
same game.
This card doesn't have go again, does it?
Engulfing Flame Wave does. So
Oh,
it's
okay, yeah.
2 resources for 5 damage. If it hits, you can banish the top card of your deck. If it's an attack action card with cost equal to or less than the number of Draconic Chainlinks you control, less than the number of Draconic Chainlinks you control, you can play for free. So basically, if this hits, Brandon could banish, one of those 0 for 3 go agains off the top of his deck,
And pay through
which
the
the deck is,
ice.
most of the deck is that.
Hmm.
You definitely don't want to let this attack hit, unless you're a gambling man, but I don't think Tarek is.
He has no arsenal, so he'd have to block. He could block with some armor now. At this point, I think you kind of have to.
Yeah,
One
the
card and two
issue
piece
is
of
that,
armor. Yeah, he's
there's a
using
lot of
that.
good 3 blocks in the deck.
He's doing exactly that. He's gonna block with the shield, the legs, and one from hand. Bring the damage down, or take no damage.
Shield is an interesting choice here because what is that frostbite doing for you? I I
Hilariously,
I,
if
I would be surprised if we saw a shield, if we saw a stalagmite block this turn, to be honest.
he's got it queued up though,
Yeah,
you could see
we're
the
we're thinking.
unfortunate. You could see the unfortunate here, which is if that's an ancestral empowerment, the arsenal. But we
If
know
it's an
it's not.
ancestral empowerment, you might still be able to pitch an earth card for that Oldhim react.
Yeah.
Uh, It's a Phoenix Flame, so we're paying through that Frostbite anyways. We're taking the 1 damage. We're not even blinking.
We're gonna see probably
Um,
hammer,
yeah,
cold hammer.
I mean, Stalagmite plays
Ooh.
around Razor Reflex is what it does, right?
Oh wow. So
We're threatening Pummel. We've still got 2 cards in hand. I don't know.
we
The
haven't seen
issue
the
with
pummel
threatening
picket pitch
Pummel at this
though.
point is it's a 1-card block. Vi's got 3 cards to deal 2 damage. It's very reasonable.
Maybe I would maybe just block for 3 and just if he got some pummel, if he's got it, he's got it, because he can push really hard right back. He's got
I mean, sure, but I mean, I think if you're branded, you block with 1 card. I mean, it is a Pummel, right? What else would it be? I don't know. We're blocking with 2 cards. Very interesting. So we're making the Pummel not even worth it. Arsenaling something, and then we're just going to try to find our chip damage here or there, which is tough to get in against Oldhim because of that Crown of Seeds. We've got the Tunic counter. Oldhim still got 2
pitch. Yeah, there you go.
defense.
He's gonna be able to hit 3 times this turn as well. The 3, the sword. Oh wait, no,
Uh,
no, never
is
mind.
he? No, because
No,
that's a Spreading Flames. We actually have to
yeah,
pay for that.
yeah.
This is
If it hits,
it
but
looked
he's
just
won't.
like a very blue hand from Brandon because we were pitching the Soul Bead Strike. We blocked with the blue Fluster Fist. It's unfortunate. Um,
He's got the whole grip.
yeah, Tariq's now got 5 cards in hand, preventing an extra 1 because he used that Tunic counter to cycle that Arsenal off a Crown of Seeds.
I think it might have been worth it just to oh no, because you don't want to be losing any health here. And at some point, if I can break through like the last little bit of damage here, it is possible.
Yeah, last turn I would have said Brandon's in a great position off of that no on hit pummel or no on hit hammer threatening a pummel play, but it just looks like the hand was too awkward, too many blues, not enough go again, not enough
Hmm.
draconic to work with spreading flames. It just looks like it didn't quite line up. So you ended up blocking more than you wanted to, and now your 2-card hand on Fi is only coming in for 6 damage, which is below average. That's never what you want to see this late in the game when you're playing against a hero as efficient as Oldhim.
There's some spicy play here. Is this when? Because I feel that this is where how intense these games can get, which is where a lot of things are determined, right? Um, he's
Yeah, when life is low, people are really thinking about it.
yeah. So
Oh,
you want to keep
so
that hand,
Tarek's got some kind of 4-card hand,
some type of
possibly still
dominate.
holding on to that pummel,
Uh,
which is extra threatening if you're coming in for. Yeah, here you go. Autumn's Touch threatening a pummel for 9.
oh fudge.
I mean, at this point,
That's a
you
hell of a
know,
pummel too, because you will lose a card in your hand.
yeah, but I feel like you block with a 3 block. Maybe you end up going to 1, and then you just slowly see if you can chip your 1 damage through as Fi, right? Because if you do have that 0 for 3 go again, sword swing, Phoenix Flame off of 2 cards, the only thing you've got to deal with on the far side is that hammer, right? Um, and that requires Tariq, not getting that awkward thing that Oldhim gets surprisingly often of just 2 blocks in hand. That being said, that could be remedied by the Tunic still online. I mean, the catch-22 with late game pummels is, well, you have to take the damage, right? You have to take the damage. You have to discard it because if you overblock by enough, Tarek's just going to arsenal it and then have a 5-card hand next turn to blow you out with anyways. So
Yeah, so maybe the blocking for the 3, because he has also the reveal for the belittle in his hand.
oh, that could be big.
But it looks like he's leaning him more
But
heavily
then,
for the 2 card
yeah, if you block with a single card and then
pommel.
you can't pitch for belittle, play belittle, and
Yeah,
then reveal.
so he's gonna block.
Unfortunately,
Oh man,
yeah. So we're blocking 4 or 5, one of the two.
and there's the
Yeah, there's
pommel.
the pummel coming out. We're discarding Brand with Cinderclaw, and we're taking a lot of damage. I mean, if you're Brand at this point, you're
If he arsenals, that game is done. He's gonna have to pitch and throw that out and get one
well. It
card on
doesn't
hand.
it doesn't particularly matter because I mean, at this point, Tariq blocks with one card and then plays at absolute worst a blue 8 attack, right? Like, your options are more than available.
I think that's Oakenold in his hand. I think,
Is it?
or I don't know. Well,
Well,
he's
if it
glacial.
is,
Oh no, no,
he can't use it anyways because
it's
you need
channel.
4 cards.
It's channel. It's gonna be a command and
Okay.
conquer coming at his face. And yeah, yeah. So he could live this
Wow.
only because we know
If
what's in his hand.
Yeah, if you're Brandon, you're pretty happy about this that you got a chance to live and that wasn't
Yeah.
Macho Grande or something along those lines, right?
Well, you see him
Or
block
no,
with
you wouldn't have
Macho
been able to
Grande.
hit for Macho
Or no,
Grande,
you
but
block with that
but a
glacial
bigger
footsteps.
attack.
Yeah, yeah. So, but he's the ice react is going to be his best friend at this point.
Oh, absolutely.
You know
Because
what?
Ice
Can he
React
not? Can he
shuts
not
off
use
4
Fi's?
damage.
Can he not use Fi's instant? Just
He
no, never mind. It
well,
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I mean, he could, but it wouldn't get you anywhere
Yeah, he just goes top of the
other
deck.
than putting a Phoenix Flame on top of your deck, right?
Yeah, never mind. You don't want that zero block. I'm just
Yeah,
trying to see how
exactly.
you could get around the potential ice react that's going to be coming in, or not. Nope, never mind.
Yeah,
There it
there
is.
it is. Yeah, so there you go.
But he did. Now
And
black.
now Tarek's got 3 cards.
Terrence
Probably at
got
this
two
point
cards.
you're well 2 cards in hand and 1 card in arsenal, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, there it is.
There it
Glacial
is. It's
for
done.
I'm guessing whether it's 8 or 10. Brandon is blocking with just about everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
He had a bird in his hand. Damn.
Very unfortunate that Brandon drew that. Was it a triple blue hand at one point there to block
Mm-hmm.
out just things that you